Hello, everyone. I'm super excited to be here. I guess we've been sitting for a very long time, so why don't we just take a minute, get up off our seats, and shake the stress off before I deliver the last pitch? That's good, right? Awesome. And let's just give a round of applause to Barclays in Texas for such a wonderful event. Awesome. Today, allow me to take you to church for just a moment. My name, thank you. My name is Nana. I'm CEO of Asoriba, which means church member. And when you think about church, what probably would come to mind is this beautiful antique building with a couple of old ladies coming over for a service on the weekend, and that's it. But in Africa, where I come from, when we talk about church, this is what we mean. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't Photoshop, this is real. Millions of members come for a service and with excitement worshiping God. But let's take a moment. If you were the leader of this church, managing this entire congregation, can you imagine the kind of issues you have to deal with? Let's put that in perspective. You're dealing with papers. You struggle to manage membership data, reports, and attendance records. And beyond that Sunday service, there's no engagement. Because how can you know the birthday of that guy on the last row? You simply can't. And in those services, do you know how donations are done? In cash. You know how it's recorded? In notebooks with pens. And after the service, vans from the banks drive to the church premises and carry the money back to the bank. I mean, how scalable is this? But if you've ever walked on the streets of Accra or Lagos, you find that some of the biggest billboards like this belongs to churches. And it's kind of scary and messy, right? Lots of money is spent creating these billboards just to let people know about the services. Now, these problems I just described, faced by the administrator, has a direct implication on the members. This low engagement, which results in smaller communities. Smaller community results in smaller or lower donations. And why is it a problem when the church has lower donations? In many emerging markets, the church plays a very critical role of many failed state institutions. It builds the schools, the hospitals, takes care of the homeless and needy, and the list goes on. So if the church can't raise enough money, the entire community is affected. Now, this problem I just described affects 2.6 million churches on this continent, with a congregation size of 500 million. Let me put that in perspective. Half the entire population of Africa are Christians. And in a year compresses about $25 billion. That's about the money that Barclays does in a year. So can you imagine Barclays in this entire operation doing that in paper and cash? I don't think you want to phantom it. It's pretty scary. So to solve this problem I just described, we built Asoriba. Asoriba is a CRM designed for church leaders to effectively manage the entire congregation. And members have a mobile app that allows them to seamlessly give back to their church and receive content to stay engaged. Let me show you how it works. So, a member like every one of us wakes up in the morning, and the first thing we do is pick our phones. And like Katia, the particular notification she's going to click on is Asoriba notification. And this is on donation. Donations and tithings and donations are given every month by members. But this particular content is a devotion. Devotions are content sent by the church to the members to encourage and motivate them each day. Now, after reading this particular one, she wants to give her donation, which is called tithes. Tithes are 10%. She scrolls down, clicks on tithes, and enters the amount, which is $100. After entering that amount, she just clicks on pay. The money leaves her account and goes straight to the church's bank account. The pastor gets a notification on the CRM, gets to know who Katia is, and gets to even know the details of that donation, who brought it, and where it was processed. In addition, we give to him the entire database of his church and pull out of that deep analytics to help him and his entire church board to make very key decisions on the fly. These decisions can be communicated to the members from the CRM no matter where they are. So whether you're in the office, in the kitchen, in school, or at work, you get a notification on your mobile phone, creating a tighter and engaged church community. So, this beautiful application solves the problems of the church seamlessly. And the church says thank you to us by simply paying a monthly subscription. And in addition, anytime a donation is done, we have a service charge. But remember I said the church must consistently raise funds to make impact. We help the church to raise that funds. But with our relationship with banks like Barclays, we can now provide financial services for the many members who are unbanked, like funeral insurance, health insurance, and the list goes on. In addition, you saw the big banner I showed you that spent so much money on. We allow them to cut that cost by sending messages directly to their members through the mobile app, and it reaches all of them. In addition, the church creates so much content, some paid for, some free, and through our mobile app, members can now access and buy those content directly from the mobile app. Before we entered into this program, we had just about 27,000 members in our system. But I'm excited to let you know we have 40,000 members on Asoriba now, with over 400 churches. And it gets even exciting. Because content is consumed on the mobile phones, data is pretty much expensive in many emerging markets. So with Vodafone, we've now developed a very affordable data bundle that people can purchase and consume content at affordable rates. And about the relationship with the banks I talked about to bring affordable financial services, I'm excited to let you know we've signed 2 proof of concepts with Barclays. Let me go a little bit deep into that. Now, churches can easily have banking services quickly, including their members. And if you're in South Africa and you bank with Absa, you can conveniently donate to your church straight from the Asoriba mobile app, directly from your bank account to the church's bank account, taking away any form of interruptions. But if you've ever heard of Nigeria's 80 million members, I'm so excited to tell you that on the 31st of July, we'll be launching with InterSwitch to serve this entire people in Nigeria. And InterSwitch is one of the biggest payment processors you would ever know about. I wish I could stop here about the traction, but there's more. From the best startup in Ghana to the best startup in Africa, and with CNN and even Forbes talking about how our technology is impacting religion on this continent. We have done every single thing I talked about without a single investment. Can you imagine what we can do if you bring that $1 million? And we expand this awesome team. From the right, Xavier, a son of a pastor with a computer science background, built this wonderful CRM that makes it easy for pastors to manage their church. And Jesse, Catholic, and also with a computer science background, having built many mobile apps, made it possible to integrate these many payment processors onto the app. Patrick, with a maths background, was building a similar solution for his church before he joined the team. And he's done some of the most complicated integrations you can think about. Obed, a certified Google marketer, and our VP of Sales and Marketing helps us to sell both to the church and its members, allowing us to target both verticals easily. And myself, a son of a pastor and a pastor in training with a master's degree in machine systems, is leading this company to implement a 2-year strategic plan that is seen as to expand in key markets here in Africa, where the pain is greatly felt. We are on a journey to drive deeper engagement and build flourishing communities through effective church administration, so that the church and its entire members can be financially free and spiritually revived to bring all the impacts we are looking for. So if you want to be part of this journey, bring that $1 million and let's make it happen. Thank you.
Let's go.